So there we've got the mould release. Just get a little bit on a cloth. And then just wipe that in that area. Actually, what I should have done before putting this on is just put a bit of tape over that hole there, because now with the release wax on there it probably won't stick, but I can stick it on the other side. So that's the release on there, and then I'll put some PVA on there, just spray some on there, I'll paint some on there. Okay, so a bit of masking tape. I stick myself to it first. I'll whack that under there, and I'll hopefully stop all the resin getting caught under there and locking the piece in. Okay, maybe just another piece, just to thicken it up there. Should do. And then actually you could just put a bit of wax on that as well. Support that and wax that. Yeah. Okay. So this here is PVA, if you can get that, in a squeezy bottle. Just coming out an awful lot there, but that'll dry up. I'll leave the PVA film. It's mixed with water so I can spray it. Awful lot on there. Maybe just pull a little bit off. Yeah, that should do it. Yeah, that should do it. Okay. So the PVA is dried out now. I have this 2K polyester fiberglass body fibre. A lot of people call it kitty hair, bridging filler, many different names. But, where I slash my hand open. That's open a tin of filler. Right, open. So this stuff looks like that. It's all the strands of fiberglass and whatever. It's actually gone a little bit hard on the top there. I learned it recently. Okay, so let's have a healthy scoop of that. I'm not sure that I've never been very good at measuring out filler. Hopefully we'll get a bit better at it. Seems that my there's going to be some comments on my ability to mix this stuff, I'm sure. I reckon it's better to be a good fabricator than a good filler. Alright, I'll get that in there and change the camera now. Right, let's get this stuff in here. Get this in there for the hardness, and then maybe some body filler behind it to bulk it up. Neighbours. Always good to rev your engine from cold, so they reckon. Right. Try all sorts of techniques to get it there and down. Hopefully, let's push it into the corners and nasty stuff. It's extremely gooey. Edges there, so edges also there. Feel it's starting to go off now, so that's probably about the best we're going to get. Stuff goes off very quickly here because of the heat and the humidity. Yeah. Right, let that set, harden. Right. So what I've done here is built a wall around it. I'm just going to fill that up with some cheap filler. And this is cheap filler. I bought this years ago and it's been sitting on the shelf, and it's all separated. You can see the oils, they're all separated out of it. So I'm going to spend I'm going to record me mixing this, because yeah, mixing filler and watching paint dry is probably pretty much the same thing. So I shall be back. I'm going to mix this up, as in stir it up and then mix it and pour it into that mould there. So I've just bent up a piece of old wire, like a, I don't know whether it's a welding rod or just some wire. So we'll just use that to gradually mix it all up. It'll come back, take a few minutes. Probably not the right way to do it, especially with a tumbler, because we're only pouring this into a mould, and it's not for filling a car. It'll be fine. Right, there we go, all mixed up. I'm just going to pop to the kitchen and see if I can find a food container, because I'm not going to mix it up on a pallet or a piece of cardboard, because I want quite a volume. So I think I'll get a plastic container, mix it up in there, and then I can pour it directly into the mould there. Give it some thickness, give it some substance, something to hold on to, something to bash on. Alright, be back in a minute. I lost the video a minute ago, but there it is, all poured in the mould. Let that set and we'll put it off. Right, it's rock hard now, so let's hopefully it just pulls off. There we go. And that's our Hammerform. Still very hot actually, but yeah, very hot. It's a bit short on that corner there, but it should allow us to do something with that. I'll probably let it dry or cure a bit more. Right, because we're going to metal form this, that'll involve hammering a piece of sheet metal over there to get this form. So I'm going to need a lid on it to stop the metal kicking up. So maybe this will just make a quick template, so I can go make a wooden lid, wooden top. Just rough. That should give me what I want. So I'll cut this out now, plonk that onto a piece of wood, and then make myself a top. Okay, so a piece of old pallet wood and a DA. I'm just going to smooth these two sides off. Got 80 grit on there. Just really to make it level. So put some glue, paper glue, on the back of my template. Just going to stick that down on there so it doesn't blow away. And hit it with some black paint. There we are. Show you that. There we are, marked up. All I need to do now is get the jigsaw and cut that out. So here we go. There's just a few marks in there, doesn't matter because that'll be the top half, that'll be the bottom half. That can yeah, go out. Maybe the top of the Hammerform. So get some wood screws, drill some holes and screw it down on there. So I actually decided to use some studding. I don't know what is this, 6mm studding, some repair washers, and then we'll have these top and bottom and pull it all together with some nuts and over some nuts and the studding. So I drilled the 4 holes in the wood and then drilled through the wood using it as a pilot. The first hole, and then stuck in the studding to hold it, and then I'll go diagonal. I should do this hole and then the other 2 holes, and hopefully it'll stay aligned. So just gone ahead here and taken the rasp, whatever you want to call it, and just made that a little bit more presentable. Smoothed it out a little bit. Okay, so there we have it, the Hammerform. Now that we just need to cut a piece of metal, drill holes in the piece of metal so it can be clamped down on here, and then we'll dress it down, see if we can get that shape. So this is the metal that I'm going to use. It's actually an old roof from a Mk2 Escort. So just mark that out roughly, and I'll clean that up and be back shortly. Cleaned up the piece of metal. Use this as a drill guide. Drilled it, sandwiched it. Now what I'm going to do is mark. First of all, I'll just mark around here. I've got the reference points for doors, top and forward. I don't want to shrink down the metal from here, this size, because the more metal there is, the harder it is to shrink. So we just really need an edge all the way around. So just grab a washer. Just mark that out like that, and I'll cut it, take it off again, cut it, put it back on again, and then see how I get on shrinking that down. The reason why I'm using this old car roof metal is because it's the same thickness, and it's pliable. It's soft enough to form quite easily. Some of the stuff I've got, I don't know what it is, 18, 20 gauge probably, 18 or 20 gauge. It just seems very hard. It doesn't really want to work. This stuff's nice and easy to work, and it will weld in there nicely. So I'll cut the size now and try and dress this down to follow the shape. See how it goes with the camera, whether it's going to get shaky or not. But the idea is to I'll keep working at that and come back when I start to make some progress. So we're getting a little bit of shape in there, slowly. Just about see the line coming. What I might do is put the pneumatic air hammer on it with a copper tip and just try and flow it a little bit more. We'll see what happens with that. So this is a air hammer with a copper bit on there, and you should be able to see now that edge is coming in. It's a lot faster with this. Unfortunately I can't sort of do both. You can get an idea maybe, just, yeah, this is just going on. Just flowing the settle down. Right, here we go. I've had a little tickle with the planishing hammer as well, and it's come out okay. Reasonably happy with it for what it is. I need to do 2 or 3 more anyway, because that's what I need to do. Then cut them up and fit them in, and this needs 2 and cut them up and fit them in, so maybe the additional ones, the extra ones I do are a little bit better than this, but it's alright. I'll make some more and we can move on to the next step. Okay. Next piece of metal. Confused by what the camera's doing here, but that's nothing new. We're just using a butane gas torch and just let the very gently. Some people say, oh, you can't do that, you're going to harden the metal or whatever, but this is just acrylic paint, so it's body fill under it, and it just sort of comes off quite easily. Easier with 2 hands, so I'm going to put the camera down again. This will be the second piece of the what's it for the parcel shelf. Alright, there you go, you know that's done.